There's something about the recent events that I can't shake. Back to back. First, we have this beautiful young woman brutally murdered on a subway, and nobody stood in the gap for her to help her. And then on the flip side, a man that was indeed standing in the gap for people gets brutally assassinated. I was driving my motorcycle earlier today, just trying to process these feelings of frustration and anger. And I just couldn't shake it like I normally can. My wife has been helping me to listen to these frustrations that well up within my soul sometimes, instead of just trying to push them away, to actually listen to them and do something about them. And so here I am, attempting to do something instead of just sit back and feel a certain way and then go on with my everyday life. I just feel like there's this urgency now for men and women to stand up in order to stand in the gap for people, for their family, their children, for their nation, for people like that girl in the subway that had nobody to help her. We need to learn from Charlie Kirk's legacy and his memory, and to start doing what Charlie Kirk was doing, standing in the gap, putting our feet and our hands where our minds are and our hearts are. I don't want Charlie's memory and legacy to go to waste, and I know it's not going to, but I just have this immense feeling that what was intended for evil, which it was indeed evil, the assassination of a man, a father like Charlie, who had two beautiful kids and a wife, what was meant for evil is going to be turned around and used for good. I know it sounds cliche, but I really believe that more and more people are going to see Charlie Kirk and his legacy and his memory and what happened to him, and they're going to stand up and they're going to stand in the gap and move forward. It's going to be a turning point, literally, like his ministry. He's going to inspire people to stand up and stand in the gap. It's not going to cause people to be fearful. You know, when you see somebody like that die for what he believes in, as if the risk of death was enough to keep us from standing up and defending what we believe in. No. Evil just created a martyr, and my heart goes out to his family. I can't imagine.
Listen.
And in as much as my wife and I have been grieving Charlie Kirk's death, I have been seeing a simmer of hope on the horizon. And that simmer is people like you and people like me standing up because of Charlie's example and taking his mantle and standing in the gap for people and for this nation. It's a sad day for America, but it's also a turning point for America. I'm convinced. I feel it in my bones, and I can't shake it. I'm a teacher, at least I used to be, before a lot of hard stuff hit my life and hit me. I used to be a youth pastor. I used to teach an Christian apologetics course at a Bible college. And then my whole world fell in on me, and for years, through depression, through divorce, through suicide attempts, through all crazy amounts of stuff, God took me through that, and he brought me out of the hole that I was in after all of that, and I've got an amazing life now with an amazing wife and kids. But I used to be a teacher, and I haven't been one in a very long time because, well, maybe a combination of not feeling worthy because of my past mistakes, but and also, there's just sometimes you just kind of put your head down and your shoulders down and you get to work loving people, loving your wife and your kids and trying to be a good dad and trying to make sure you don't make the same mistakes. But Charlie Kirk's death, I believe that God's been stirring me to take action and to start teaching again. And I feel like there's also more people out there kind of in my same boat. I'm stepping out and I'm going to be obedient to what I feel like God's leading me, and I'm going to start teaching again. And I hope you guys do as well. We need people to stand up and start pressing in. We need to wake up. Life is not about watching our favorite TV show every night. Life is not about video games. Life is not about just coasting by and waiting for the second coming of Christ as Christians or as non-Christians. It's not just about having fun. It's not just about pleasure. And everybody dies. Don't be afraid of death. Literally, it's the one guarantee in life is that at some point we're going to die. So why not live for something? Why not risk it all? Why not take evil's power away from it and step in and show evil that if they try to take one of us out, that thousands, millions will step in and fill the gap. I believe that. I really do. And man, I'm out of practice teaching, but I'm here and I know I got to start doing it. Anyways, my name's Kevin, and I'm going to start teaching on this channel. And I hope to see more of you guys also stepping up and stepping in. We need to stand in the gap for people and for America and for what we believe in. Love you guys.